We are coming to second part, habitat. First, a habit is over. So based on the habit, we are classifying the plants into 4 groups: herbs, shrubs, climbers, trees. Now we are coming to habitat. Habitat is a place where the plants are naturally growing, naturally living. That is called. So the place where the plants grow naturally. Otherwise, very briefly, we can call as a dwelling place. For example, a fish is living in water. So water is the habitat for fish. Okay, yeah, wild animal, maybe lion or tiger, it is living in the forest. Forest is the habitat for lion, tiger, etc. like that. So habitat is a dwelling place, natural living place. That is called a dwelling place. Then the second point, plants may be terrestrial. What is the meaning of terrestrial? Plants which are growing on land. Terrestrial means land growing, terrestrial. Or aquatic. Aquatic means water. Some plants are living in water. For example, a big pond or lake is there, but water is filled up completely. The lake is filled up with water, but you can see inside the water some plants will be there. So they are called aquatic plants. The plants which are growing on land are called terrestrial plants. So the plants may be terrestrial plants or aquatic plants. Now we are taking terrestrial plants, terrestrial habitat. That means land habitat. What type of plants are living there? We have to see. Now the type of plants, types of groups of plants we have to take. Nature of environmental adaptation. How far they are fit to live in that condition. That is called the nature of environmental adaptation. Adaptation means fit to live in that place. Fit to live in that place. That is called the adaptation. What is the example for that? We have to see. Now first one is mesophytes. So in all the terms will be ending with the phytes, P-H-Y-T-E-S. Phytes means plants. Okay. Now meso. Now what is the meaning of meso? Now they are growing on land, terrestrial. They are growing on land, but the soil is having moderate amount of water. Meso means moderate. Not very high, not very low. Moderate quantity of water will be there. So the plants are growing on the soil with moderate amount of water. So they are growing in soils with sufficient water. Sufficient. It is not too much. It is not, that is too low also. Sufficient water. Okay. Azadirachta indica. Now that is, don't bother about that. Later on you will come across what is the name of it. Xerophytes. Phytes means plants. Xero. There is a term in biology. We are calling it as a xeric. Xeric. X-E-R-I-C. Xeric. Xeric means dried place. The place is so dry, like desert, where the soil is sandy and also the temperature is very high, water will not be there in the soil at all. That is called a xeric. The plants are living in xeric condition, dry condition, say growing on dry habitats. Example, Opuntia. Now Opuntia is nothing but cactus. Now the green flattened stem will be there, lot of thorns will be present. That is called Opuntia. And Euphorbia. Some green sticks will be present, branches and all, no leaves you can find. That is called Euphorbia. Now we are coming to the third group of plants, P-S-A-M-M-O. Okay, but P is a silent. Psammophytes. Okay, don't pronounce it as psammophytes. Psammophytes. Psammophytes are growing on sand. For example, beach. In the beach, a lot of varieties of sand will be present. Okay, the sand may be nice, it may be slightly rough in nature. There is sand. We are calling it a sandy place. But in the sandy places, some plants are growing. They are called psammophytes. Example, Epomia. Okay, Epomia. Next one is Spinifex. Now these are all certain plants. Next one is Lithophytes. Now phytes means plants, litho means rocks. Or big stones we can call litho. These are the plants which are growing on rocks. Rocks means what? Mountains. Very big mountains. So they are growing on rocks. Now many algae, tiny green plants are there. They are growing on the rock. Sometimes the big rock will be there. Over that it will be having green plants. Tiny plants will be growing. Okay. Many algae and lichens. We have to know what is the meaning of lichens. It is a colony of living organism. In that colony, algae, the tiny green plants will be there, and fungi. Fungi means non-green plants will be present. Both are living together. That colony of algae and fungi together we can call as lichens. Ficus. Okay, the ficus plant tree is there. Now they are all growing on the rocky region. That is called the lithophytes. Okay, so terrestrial plants. Now we are coming to aquatic habitat. Now we have to know what is the meaning of aquatic habitat. Now aquatic, I already told you, these are the plants which are living in water. Okay, they are called aquatic plants. So the habitat means it is a place. So this is a place where water will be present plenty and plants are living in that. Here also the same way, types, nature of environmental adaptation, example. Now first we are taking free floating hydrophytes. Actually the aquatic plants are also called the hydrophytes. Common name. Phytes means plants, hydro means water. Water plants, hydrophytes. Now we are taking free floating hydrophytes. Now in the name itself we can understand these plants are floating on the surface of water. That is called a free floating. Growing on the water surface. But they will not have any touch with the bank of the water body. They will not have any touch at the bottom of the water body where the soil will be present. That will not have any contact. So they are floating on the surface of water. Eichhornia. Now I'll give one simple example to understand this. Eichhornia. Now you are going to a big lake. Okay. Now for example in the Ooty or some other hill stations you can find a big lake. Now some plants will be growing. Very thick leaves and all will be there. They are growing. They are called the Eichhornia. Okay. Trapa, Celtia. Some plants which are growing on land, that is water, growing on the surface of water. Then the next one is submerged. Submerged means the plants are completely inside the water. No organ of the plant is emerging out of the water. They are called as submerged. Fully inside the water they are present. Plants growing completely underwater. So generally above the surface you can't see any parts. It is there. Hydrilla. It is very common experimental plant. In the ponds, lakes and all at the bottom it will be present. Vallisneria. It is also another plant like grass. It will be present. But everything is, that is what? Immersed in water. Emergent. Okay, now we have to see what is that emergent. The root and one part of the stem will be under the water. The remaining part will be present above the water level. Plants with roots or stem anchored to the substrate under the water. That means root will be there or stem will be anchored, attached with the, that is what? Substrate. Substrate means the bottom soil. Substrate under the water, and aerial shoots, that means the stem, branches, leaves and all growing above water. So one part of the plant is emerging out of water. Now limnophyton is the best example. Typha is other example. Then floating leaved plants. Now these plants are anchored at the bottom of the pond. Okay, stem will be present inside the water, but all the leaves, flowers and all will be floating on the surface, not emerging out, floating on the surface. That is called floating leaf. Anchored at the bottom, but with floating leaves. Leaves will be floating. The best example for this is, what is it? Lotus. Now the lotus is Nymphea. Okay, lotus. Like that, Nelambo. Another one is Nelambo. Now these are all having plants inside the water, but the leaves alone will be floating on the surface. Mangroves. Okay, the mangroves are normally present in the marshy land. Marshy land means the muddy soil will be there. Water will be there up to certain height, maybe 1 foot, 1.5 feet, 2 feet, like that. Water will be there. That is called the marshy land. Permanently that water will be there. So there some trees are growing. There are some small plants are also growing. They are called mangroves. Plants growing emergent in marshy saline habit. Saline, salt water. Actually this marshy land you can find near the seashore where the backwater is present, there they will be growing. That is saline habitat. Now Avicennia, Rhizophora. Now these are the two type of plants which are in the marshy land. They are commonly called mangroves, mangrove trees, like that we can tell. Okay, now we are going to take about the lifespan of the plants. What is the meaning of lifespan? How long the plants are living, average life, that is called the lifespan. Average life duration of the plants. The duration of life of various types of plants. For example, I told already, herbs, they are very small plants. Majority of the small plants or herbs are living only for one season, annuals. Okay, that is the duration. Trees are there. They are living for many years. Maybe 100, that is 25, 30, 40 years they are living. That is the duration. Some trees are there, 100, 200, 300 years. That is the lifespan. Okay, it is the duration of life of various plants. There are three groups of plants based on the lifespan. There are three groups. Already we have studied that, but little more detail we are going to study. Annuals. Once again we are going to study about it. Also called therophytes. The or O. Thero. But we have to call them as therophytes. Phytes means plants. Therophytes or ephemerals. You see that EPHE, ephemerals. They live for only one season only. They live only for one season. Example, pea, maize, watermelon, groundnut, rice, sunflower, etc. They are all living for one season. Maybe 3 months, 3.5 months, 4 months maximum. Now, that is, they are all crops, our crops. Seasonal plants they are. So, we are growing them. Then the second one is biennials. I already told this also. Bi plus annuals. Annuals means living for one season. Bi means 2 seasons. These are living for 2 seasons. Vegetative parts or vegetative growth in the first season. That means they are living for 2 seasons. In the first season, only vegetative growth will be there. Roots will be there, growing. Stem will be growing. Branches are growing. Leaves are growing. Buds are growing. But flowers, fruits will not be there in that particular season. So, in the first season, vegetative parts are growing. The reproductive growth, that means the growth of the flowers and fruits, that is flowering and the fruiting in the second season. So, in the second season end, if you take all the fruits, the seeds, everything will be growing very well, then harvesting will be over. So, they are living for 2 seasons. First season for vegetative growth, second season for reproductive growth. Now, we are coming to the third one, perennials. The perennials are also called geophytes. Okay, perennials. Now, they live for many years. Just now I told about perennials are living for many years. Then, polycarpic perennial. Now, we have to know what is the meaning of polycarpic. Perennials we know they live for many years. Poly means many, carpic. Carpic means production of flowers and fruits. That is the meaning for carpic. So, polycarpic means many times the flowers and fruits will be produced. Perennials living for many years. They produce flowers and fruits every year. For example, mango tree. Suppose you are taking one small sapling of the mango plant. You are keeping in the garden. It is growing well. Okay, it is growing to about 8 feet or 9 feet or 10 feet in 5 years. Now, after that, it will start produce flowers. So, every year it is producing flowers and fruits. It will grow up to 40 years, 50 years, 60 years. So, every year it is producing flowers and fruits. They are called the polycarpic perennials. So, in the life of the individual, every year they are producing flowers and fruits. Example, mango, sapota, etc. Monocarpic perennials. Perennials we know very well. They are living for many years, maybe a few to many years, 4 years, 5 years to 100 years, 200 years like that, perennials. Monocarpic, mono means single, carpic means flowers and fruits production. That means they live for a few years, but they are producing only one time the flowers and fruits. Say they produce flowers and fruits once in their lifetime. Second time they will never produce. The best example for this is, now we know very well, musa. In our surrounding we are finding musa, nothing but banana. Musa is nothing but banana. Another one is bamboo. Normally in the forest region we can find that bamboo. They are living for many years. 30, 40 years they are living, but only one time they are producing flowers and fruits. Agave. Now these are all certain plants.